been supporting us, guys. I can mention about 3 here. I don't want to actually be selective, but let me say 3 or 4 people. They've been really amazing for us. So I can mention Mr. Makalazu, yes, USA. You've supported us during the last AFCON, and we really appreciate you, Mr. Makalazu. USA, thank you for your support. You supported us through that particular AFCON, and we really appreciate you. Then I can also talk about Nana Kwame Ado watching us from USA. He has also been very, very supportive to this channel, and we really appreciate him. We can also mention Razi Blinks, Qatar. Razi Blinks from Qatar. Yes, thank you. You have also been supporting us, and we really, really appreciate. Together with all of you who have been watching, even if you watch and you like the video alone and you subscribe to the channel, you have supported us always. I can mention a lot of subscribers here who have been enjoying our channel, and also a lot of viewers. Guys, if you comment a lot, you do everything, we put your name down. So let me show you a little bit about myself here. So yes, we have some names here, some names who are written here. So guys, in the t-shirts, that I just showed to you, if your name is there, that means you are a top commenter. You comment a lot on our channel, so that's why your name is on the t-shirt. We have 2 t-shirts. If your name is there, that means you are a top commenter. And if you also want to get a t-shirt for yourself, that one, it will not be free, because we have to send it through DHL to you wherever you are in the world or around the world. So you also let us know if you want one. Then we provide the details for you. Then you can also get 1 t-shirt with your name in it from Muskeni TV. Yes, thank you. For the first time, Angola will beat Ghana in their home. Okay, your Socialismo there, he is very confident Angola is going to win. I don't know why. Socialismo, make sure that with the highlights I'm going to upload, right after I upload the highlights, you should be in the comment box. No matter the scoreline, whether it goes on well for your country you are supporting, that's Angola, or it doesn't go on well for them, let's meet in the comment section and we'll talk.
That's Brandon.
Socialismo, thank you.
The English-based boy, Crawley,
yeah, so,
man, the goalkeeper now he plays for.
Jojo Wallacott.
Yeah.
You can tell, you know,
the blend is there. We have 1 hour 13 minutes for the match to begin here, and you could see. So the Ghana Supporters Union are here to begin their Jama session. So I know you guys can hear they are about to start. When they start, I'm going there. Then we enjoy the Jama session a little bit. I love your content always with sports. Okay, MODS, thank you. I appreciate you. I've been seeing you on this channel always. Thanks for the support. Thanks for always watching us, subscribing, liking, you know. Are the lineups out? No, not yet. When I get it, I'll share it with you guys to enjoy the lineup. So today, do you see Black Stars winning? 3-1. Which players are scoring? Okay. Semenyo, Bournemouth. Okay.
Or the kind of relationship between the players and the supporters.
Sending their last messages before training starts, very, very relaxed indeed. And the question will always be, how will the Black Stars line up? How will the Black Stars set up against Angola? We'll know that in the next hour, just over an hour. And the pitch, thankfully, is better than it was a couple of weeks ago. In fact, they've done a bit of a miracle, but it's still not. I'm not a professional footballer, but I would imagine the professional footballers always want the grass to be as, you know, if the word supple is correct, but just as smooth as possible so they can slide and pass the ball with the accuracy and the energy that it demands.
Well, yeah, this is what we You know, CAF itself have given us some recommendations that they will permit us to play this game. But our next home game, and when we don't satisfy those recommendations, Ghana will not be permitted to play those matches there. And if you look at the list that they've given us, it's a tall list. And I think we should stop playing with fire now. If really we want to play our home matches, our next home matches at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, then we need to put our house in order and get things done. Because CAF will not be on us the next time they come here to allow us to play on this pitch, because they said the floodlight, they tax us with the dressing room, they tax us with the playing surface, they tax us with the reserve bench. All these things they need an upgrade on it.
Washrooms.
The washrooms as well. So if you look at holistically, CAF is trying to, they'll warn you, and then they'll go tough on you.
Well,
it will be quite embarrassing for a country like Ghana that will be asked to play a World Cup qualifier at this particular point outside the shores of the country.
The thing is, whether or not it's a warning, the bottom line is that it's been approved. I mean, we all know we can actually give, what's the word to use, thumbs up or not to the NSA, you know, for waiting for so long. But today we'll see how the pitch holds and whether or not that job or that work has been done, and it will actually hold for 90 minutes. But the most important thing, Kumasi is buzzing and the fans have also been talking. We'll also activate the phone line so that you guys can predict before we're joined by our international guest. The floodlights back on, and you know, Baba Yara has been absent with this for a while, but it's been fixed. So it's going to be sorted very, very soon. Okay, so we'll activate the phone lines later on, but let's find out what these fans in Kumasi have been saying.
I think say Nyankopon ya adoma ya wada de wo hwe infori wo hwe de CDC nimpa no aye ready na Nyankopon ya adoma Black Stars wan hwe be ku Angola me ya age pa Nyankopon ya adoma ye nyina ye ba Masman nyina ye ba aba be support Andre Ayu na ni team ni nyina Ghana ye be Angola obi ni nkra mo ma ye be ku mo
Ghana me hu say ye betimi a share because what the subsequent friendly matches I born qualifiers I boy and I coach and so maintain the team no nti me hu say bibia be kama. So as time goes on, your participation no ebe boama bibia be kama. Kama wa Ghana match any Angola boy. Angola a very difficult side. They show more AFCON no. But as we know, Ghana and Kumasi Sports Stadium, the Baba Yara for Ghana Blasters, we will qualify and we will beat them.
Ghana ye born na ye bono team no ye wo, but exact people are also omodi omubono enye omo no omodi omubo menim say omo ye discrimination o say den you nkrofo bo omo gia agopra no so team say ni pass message kura ya tete dem kura betima abo a chen wo ne do ma betena so menim ne ye ntia se wo ntia ye sere wo mo se nyame adoma game na edi anim no match no omo hwe betima abo no omo form nya de emra me bo match no ma no mutimi score na ye nuanu mo atwa bet no omo ntimi ni
abi Angola de dem be kiddies couldn't alone go fit handle the whole team, so make them talanku kura, we go show them something for it. If you Kumasi then they come abi Kumasi there, you know, full support. Black Stars no omo relax kura, omo relaxing my game no, wait for the Angola there, we go show them something, go show them pepper. Black Stars all the way.
Ghana be 2-0. Yeah. Oh yeah. They said the last two matches, no, there was more improvement in team. If you say we, you know, yeah, you be share akoshe Niger for. Na ni mi nu nyina. We 2-0. Be say akwa akoshe 2-0. Why?
Yeah,
Okay, thank
some
you.
are even looking ahead to Niger. I don't think we should take Angola lightly, or I don't think it's disrespect. It's normal. Fans have this confidence about them, especially when it's Babayara and when it's the Black Stars. They just feel. And I think it's a positive mindset for the players also to tap into. We're invincible, but it shouldn't get to complacency. You shouldn't get carried away. Hopefully that will not get onto into the players' heads. They would work hard, fight to get a win.
Yeah. Complacency is, when you speak about complacency, is one thing. You know, when we were at Pullman in Cote d'Ivoire, prior to our first game against Cape Verde at AFCON, we were having an interview on the lobby, and I was speaking with so much aggression and conviction. And you told me, Francis, we've got to be cautious. Yes, we are favourites, but we can get rattled. And we went into that game in Abidjan, and we got rattled by the Cape Verdeans.
055-846-2088. You can call us and tell us what's on your mind and your predictions. And keep it snappy, right? Keep it very snappy and speak up, and make sure you turn off the volume of your television set. So do call us and tell us what's on your mind. And you can also predict who's going to score first, which team. Let us know. And we're here to receive you. Yeah, you were talking about.
So in terms of being complacent, I don't think the players themselves will be complacent, because they've played against this Angolan team and they've caused us problems. You know, Freddie Kulembe, their central midfielder, basically caused us problems the last time they played at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. And we all felt the pressure. We felt the heat. We dug deep to be able to win the game. But the problem here is the Black Stars themselves knows that this is not a team that they should be taken for granted.
All right, we've got our first caller on the line. Hi, Richard. Can you hear me?
Yeah, boss.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to you. What's up?
Sir, yeah. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Cool. Your end.
Richard, do me a favor. Turn down the volume of the TV set completely. Turn it off. Otherwise, you get a delay, okay? All right, what's on your mind? Hello, are you there? What's on your mind?
Score first, and Kudus will score first.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. Kudus will score first. He was on the line for some time, but I think he was listening to himself. So please, when you call, just switch off or turn down the volume of your TV set, and then you can hear yourself in real time. So tell us what you think. We'll be switching back and forth to give you a bit of the atmosphere at the Babayara. The fans have already started trooping in, and it's beginning to build into what we normally call a crescendo. And I'm sure by kickoff, that's exactly what we would have. Kumasi has never disappointed, and apparently the Black Stars have never lost a match played on Thursday since 1961. The boy commentator was telling me that since 1961, that's a long time.
That's a long time, and since 2000 to 2004, the Black Stars are yet to lose a game at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. So basically, that tells you that it's a den, it's a slaughter, it's a no-go zone area. Yes, we have the bars. We have
20 years.
We have that kind of aura or euphoria around the club. Around the Black Stars, they will feel like they can cause problems to any team that they play there. We've seen them beat Egypt handsomely at that venue. We've seen them beat some household names in African football. They've beaten Cote d'Ivoire in the 2008 third place game. And if you look at the vibe, it's the 12th man that is the magic for the Black Stars. They make it a hostile atmosphere, a positive hostile, not that they'll intimidate you, but the way they'll shout at you, the way they'll lift up their game. Nigeria, when they're in the double-legged playoff en route to the Qatar World Cup, they thought they were coming to beat us in Ghana. But when they came, they found it extremely difficult to play in such an environment. And when the Kumasi fans turn out in their numbers and decide to support properly, it's extremely difficult for our away team to be able to wrap their heads around the kind of euphoria they found themselves in.
All right. Okay, Teshi, I believe. We go to Teshi. Hi, Anas. How are you? Hello, Anas, can you hear me? Okay. All right. Well, Anas can't hear me for now. Let's go back to what you're saying. The players know what they have to do. They'll focus purely on the game itself, but they take that energy from the fans. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely, because you know the Kumasi fans, the way they play, the way they support the team, the goals basically livens them or brings out the best in them. You look at the attack. For the first time, I'm beginning to believe in the attacking players we have. when Asamoah Gyan's generation fizzled out, when we are playing, we've got to depend on Andre Ayew to pop up with the goals. And when Andre wasn't having the best of form, we were struggling for goals. But now, Tuan Semenyo, Abdul Fattah Isahaku, Joseph Pencil, Ibrahim Usman, Jordan Ayew, Thomas Brandon Asante. It is Ibrahim Usman that is one of the chap that we look out for. You know, he's a Brighton player on loan at Feyenoord. Explosive from North Jalan. This guy is one for the future.
Right to Dream product.
Right to Dream product. You look at Abdul Fattah Isahaku, who had a stint with Right to Dream before he went to Steadfast, then back to Dreams FC, went to Sporting Lisbon, then to Leeds United, where he has basically redefined his footballing career. Leicester City, sorry. Where he has redefined his footballing career in the English Championship last season. And this season, he has played in the matches that Leicester City have played in the league. He has been decent in those matches. Jordan Ayew, I can't remember the last time we've had a Black Stars striker who has scored a hat-trick in any game for the Black Stars. But in the World Cup qualifiers against Central African Republic, Jordan Ayew scored. He has scored 5 goals in his last 3 games for the Black Stars, and that tells you he's on top form for the Black Stars. Is in this game, who have the idea whether Jordan Ayew has finally arrived for the Black Stars? Will he be consistent for the Black Stars? It's something that we will judge him this afternoon. Because in the game against Nigeria, in that friendly game, he scored. In the game against Mali, he stepped up from the bench, he scored. In the game against Central African Republic, he scored a hat-trick. Will he continue? Continuity is key. Consistency is key. And with Jordan Ayew, it is the mood in which he finds himself in, and the services, that is what will get him to deliver for the Black Stars. This afternoon, will he go with Jordan Ayew together with Inaki Williams, like a double attack? Or will he play a typical 4-3-3 or a 4-5-1 or a 4-2-3-1 formation? We'll live to see when the team sheet pop up. But with Thomas Partey, you have a creative spark. And in the main man, Mohamed Kudus, you have a player that gives you multiple attacking options. He can play on the left, on the right, through the central, and he can play behind the main striker. So it depends on the permutations that Coach Otto Addo will deploy on this afternoon. And when the Black Stars click into full gear and play without selfishness, play without putting themselves at the back foot, they have the ammunition to cause problems to this Angolan team on any given day.
No doubt about that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so we'll be catching up and letting you know confirmation of the starting lineup. I keep getting asked why, the lists or the names are released so late. Well, they can, as long as it's within CAF rules and they release it on time. That's not a problem at all. It's just part of the gamemanship. I guess a bit of superstition, a little bit of just keeping you anxious, I guess. But we have to also say a big thanks to all our partners who've made it possible to bring you this live coverage. Remember, this match is being produced entirely by IMAX Media Production. So it is, local production for global consumption, and that's the target. We need to improve every time, and we will keep trying our best to do that with every single game. So big thanks to Time Herbal Industries, Yadamasi Bibre, partners in this live broadcast of the AFCON 2025 qualifiers. Bar Herbal Clinic as well. Big thanks to Bar Herbal Clinic for coming on board. Tabia Company Limited, they're also here with us, and you must know that Tabia don't mess around at all when it comes to traditional medicine, conventional and of course traditional, using technology to bring you the very best in that. Ice Drop Mineral Water, all the samples that you need, from the sachet to the bottle to the big ones. They are our partners, Ice Drop Mineral Water. And stay hydrated, of course, with the potassium, the manganese and calcium, all of that, which is very necessary to keep you going throughout the day. Karinsic Company, that's in us in this coverage of the AFCON 2025 between Ghana and Angola. Karinsic Company also bringing the very best product of the highest quality. What about Endpoints Homeopathic Clinic? They need no introduction, but of course, we can't take them for granted. Endpoints has been bringing you the best quality medical care for years, and they continue to do that. And you can contact them on those numbers. They're various in Tema, in Kumasi, everywhere. I mean, I would say that they're nationwide, so you can get them, including their Hansu opposite Josbro in Techiman, and Takrady as well, and the capital, Spintex Road, Tema. There you go. And the number's on the screen, so you can get in touch with them as well. Then, last but not least, definitely, it's Max Buy. Max Buy will bring you the very latest technological advances as far as appliances, household appliances, and electrical gadgets and products are concerned. Your one-stop shop for the very best in those appliances is Max Buy. Techno, I only use Techno, and I'm sure you know why. A phone that keeps increasing its capacity and building up on its excellent pattern so far. And when you're a little bit, feeling a little bit energized or less energized, JB Fresh, that's what we're going to have during the break. Very, very energetic and very soothing as well for you to drink. Lovely taste, and there's no added sugar. I know those of you watching your health, no preservatives and additives. It's very natural. So JB Fresh is that drink for you. Cynics is in the house. You've heard of Cynics? That's right. The new kids on the block, but not so new, bringing a combination of experience and also quality products. Cynics have joined the party. They're in the house, and you'll be hearing more from Cynics as we go along. They are partners to this broadcast as well. And of course, Media Brain Consult. We say thank you very much for being a part of this live production. All right. So the supporters have been in Kumasi for a while. But there's one particular supporter who says he's bringing Nollywood and beyond. Mutala Yakubu spoke to Ejaku.
Eja yenim se opebo na yete nanu a that's right yese odo ho akodom aye supporters union. Eja eno so eba de sen na de se odo ho akodom supporters union.
We dey say no na kan ye me pebo. Opebo so de ze ojoani bo ku bi a tu free se o mo yade a na se o ma ho keka no wosora obetimi ni o manante. Enu nti na me ankasa me fa fon efrem panyinfo se ebradu yenim onyama Ghana for de amaye akukuduro ewo ne ho don yedi be etai ye football na chi ebradu se nkuru atetefo ne gigi ye ne yesa ye gigi bi yese mre ko nanim adenti ne yentimi nyi bi eto da matena se ahwe hu se ye supporters no mo no a wo body prayer no so na wo push ni no otu nani no hu dom na no hu se mimi o makoma sabre ekuraye nti yema obi akoma ntoni yem na o matimi aye adwuma nti mre aka die ye ba betai supporters union yato ondin die hard atade ya ho fa ene hyemi ni ye so obi ahye bi nti wan hwe a wo adwun be yo but die hard o mu na sisi mi wo mu ntem
na Black Stars for Abatown Abatown so de eja wo se obabi ene ye ne Angola coach de ka so mbema yesu mako eja se me na wo ka kire Angola coach
se wo de wa no donwira ebi nwo na obi kuro ma ba kire nse obema yesu mako ne ye wo meso ankasa wa ha o mo de be ne de o mo de na ya ye wo meso a ye de kakrafo wani ase a bra wa bo se wi ase nye de enti enu bi ne ye apeto agu mrante ne na so a ye de ba besa won ye sa wo ye mo soro bantu emu odu pa de ya santo amu wisu ye tete de ni bi pa ene ye de twere omo to ye so mo do so
finally the fans come as for per ball e kina omo beba na obi free fie no wo twa sika be hwe boy na ye na adwem ye na omo be hye omo nhye aseme na wo ka kire ye enwa e kina fans be ba be piem wa ha
de me ka kire Asante man Ghana man baby biela obi free ba mate se bi free sunwan tachi man brekum wanfie doma enom ne Asante man mu mampon Kofi ase wiamo ase aguna bi pua chese ni pe bank sankasa sikayi enafom nenso o man ho do Black Stars ho do ntino kakra bi na mpanimfo geye no bomodin na de fatu botum nebra na giri yese o mu hu yanim ase o mbema de obi ahwehwe no o de akona dachi bia no waka se wo bae no wa metu siken
ija finally me pese wo no die hard for no e ma Ghana for temone se china ye ba abeku Angola for
die hard power die hard power die hard what you say that's it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Die Hard, they've been globe-trotting, and as we talk about, local production for global consumption, I think that's probably Die Hard and the other supporters, their motto as well. We're under an hour to kick off, and we're waiting for the official lineup. That's what normally happens these days. So let's not get too upset. We're used to it, and surely any moment from now we'll get a confirmation of that. And the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, this was much earlier. It will be filled to rafters, but a good shot there. A stadium that has been there for many a decade, and the arrival of the teams as well captured by our drone shot. It's going to be one of those typical African football days where it's going to be explosive, and who dares obviously would win in the end.
Well, basically, if you look at the shot, you can tell the players are calm, relaxed, disembarking from the Black Stars coach. That's Abdul Fattah Isaku. Jordan, will he be starting today? He only joined the camp yesterday. You could tell the euphoria around the stadium. It's a thing of a beauty this earlier in the day. So it's all about they continuing from where they let off against Central African Republic in the last break. It won't be easy. It will be tough for them because Angola comes into this game as a different opponent. And if you look at what they have, Gelson Dala, one of the finest, most explosive players on the African continent, the Awakra winger. You look at Freddie Kulembe, the central midfielder. The last time they played us at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, basically picking passes at premium. On that day, Abdul Salih Samed and co struggled to contain him in central midfield. You look at Kiolanda Gaspar, the centre back that plays for US Lecce in the Italian league. He's one of the guys that lights up the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Then you have Christopher Mabululu, the centre forward. Mabululu is an awkward player to deal with. Yeah.
Name that commentators love to mention.
We saw how he terrorized defenders in the AFCON at the Ivory Coast tournament. And this afternoon, if it will be Abdul Mumin and then Mohamed Salih, so that will be partner at the heart of defense. We are yet to see the official team sheet for the day. They have a tough task to do. And the wing backs. Gelson Dala is a troublesome player. He's an exciting player. He's very explosive. He's quick. He's trickery. With the ball at his feet, he can cause problems to any single wing back on this particular African continent.
Coach Pedro Gonçalves has been very kind with his words when talking about the Black Stars of Ghana. A lot of respect, believes that they're in top form. They're improving. They've got a lot of fantastic players. After saying all the nice things, okay, so those are live shots, by the way, National Supporters Union as well. They've arrived in good stead, in good position, and ready to sing their voices hoarse until 90 minutes plus is over and the victory has been achieved. So, yeah, the coach has been very complimentary of the Black Stars. He says all these nice things and then he wraps it up by saying, but we are also very much improved. So in other words, yes, we know the Black Stars are probably ahead of us in name, pedigree, reputation. They're at home, but we're here to play and here to get something. So that should be caution. We're going to see a lot of colors today, no doubt about it, and a lot of ambience and a lot of vibe. That's the coach of Angola,
Pedro Gonçalves.
He's not smiling, you know. Gonçalves, he's a very serious person, and he said the last time it was very painful for them to lose at the last, you know, at the death.
It was right at the death with Antoine Semenyo popping up with that winner in Kumasi. They made it a tough day for the Black Stars. It was awkward. We were doing the game and we were thinking, where are we going to get this goal to win this game? But when they lose down their guards, the Black Stars were sharp enough to punish them. And you look at him, yes, I listened to him in the presser, and you can tell that he felt like at this particular point in the they've gotten enough experience playing at the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. They got beaten by Nigeria, but Nigeria didn't have it easy. They made life difficult for the Nigerians. Against Ghana, in the return leg that we played against them in Luanda, that game ended 1-1 yaw. But if you look at the problems they caused us in that game, especially in the second half, Gelson Dala in particular was the one at the heart of the problems that they caused us. Basically, he gave Daniel Amati a whole lot of problems in that game. But if you look at Freddie Kulembe, I always mention this guy. In the game against us in Kumasi, he basically caused us problems. And if you look at the fans, the way they spread out in the stands, yeah, you could tell that right before kickoff, the stadium will be packed to its maximum capacity. Because the layout will give you an idea of if the supporters will be making their way into the stadium. And with Kumasi, I think this is not the current thing. I think this should be like about 30 minutes ago. If you look at the current pictures, it will be much more better than this. I have no doubt that they will turn up. But in terms of the game on the pitch itself, that is where the Black Stars need to start well. Because they've proven to us in past matches that when the Black Stars start games that they don't start leading the game in the first half, in the second half, it becomes so awkward against them. And it's a problem for them. In terms of the way they go about their things, it's something else. They've got to be proactive in terms of their approach, and they've got to step up their game and then deliver this afternoon for the country.
Yep, it's picking up, and the fans obviously always make sure they're there to get the prime seats to shout their voices hoarse. Kickoff is in about 45 minutes, and the two teams are going through their final paces. They'll be getting onto the pitch to warm up very, very shortly, and the roar from the crowd will tell you exactly the mood the fans are in for this all-important game. And just to remind you that the Sudanese got off to a good start. 3 points they did in Juba. They got their first 3 points under Kwesi Appiah. Remember, he's also assisted by Coach Ignatius Osei-Fosu. So they've made a good start. 5 games unbeaten, 1 draw, 4 wins. Very impressive in the World Cup as well as the AFCON qualifier. So for now, Sudan are top of the group, and whoever wins this game should overtake them. Obviously, it will depend on the goals scored and, of course, less goals conceded. So you're right here on the right place to be, and that is the group. Only a match played in that group. It was yesterday, and Sudan getting the edge over Niger. The Black Stars' next destination is Niger, and Angola take on Sudan. We could have a very interesting group ahead. No team should be taken for granted at all. All right, so let's go back. As our team have been in and around the action, let's get bits and pieces before we go back to Kumasi and hear from the streets there. But Accra, the fans have also been talking.
Ghana ebe win 1-0. Na ushemu a patenso a no captain there. Good part because most of times no say Pate captain Ghana national team na win etimi e by side. Na enenso ye hwe enso no witimi say ayu enim na ne brother no Jordan emprepi na Jordan kwa ebe wo ma bra ne count ya na otimi perform ye etimi de megidi say ene no 1-0 there ye de bema Angola for 1-0 ne there and one no.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match though. But at the end of the game, I think Ghana will carry the victory. Ghana is going to win 2-1, and Kudus is going to score, and then Fatah Ishaku too is going to score.
Intino Ghana ni Angola Asia dia never support me mine. You better show me 2-1.
Na you say man mu no toda ya ye pe yakan dodo but du bebe abotre na sie nya the coaches ne mpenimpenimfo no stadium ye percent okwa besi then dem fam pa bonto mo chi na chi na match ne dem se be win ye be show mo 2-1.
Emeka je Ghana players ni say e bi made nkan be ye bi ko a mo yire omo ye a Ghana din peja ye ente du omo so yire omo ye na me wi shem say o me win 2-0
be 4 bidie on be 4 bidie na first half ye timi a 4 second half ye ba na ye de baako aba be ka ho ebia o metimi ate baako ebia nso o monte ba o monte mete baako afan o mate baako.
Yeah, as they're going to play the ball today, the Black Stars is going to win by 3-0.
So we pray for our boys to play well this time, and I predict a win for this our first match. So this time we don't need anything that will break our heart. They should come out with good performance.
Okay, about the match, I think Ghana will win, because now the boys are they're improving. It wasn't like before, 4 matches ago, they were, they weren't organized.
Ghana and Angola, they made them match the mobile day, but they bet show 2-1. Because me say last be on mobile, a brayer sana team show bet. Make tell me a footballer bet Senate be a show.
Me jidi say ne Ghana be share 3 news. Kudus be share 2, Pate be share baako. Ghana on be share goal no. No ma ko minim. Me jidi say nyaminti ebebem.
Enya Ghana Blasters e pomosem. E pese enya nko na enije mbakom. To mu yiro mu. Ombobolo a mu yiro mu pa. O sa lo no mu ye ndie yempe. Omu yiro mu. Not win ball ye.
Looking at how now our players, some are playing in the big European League, the EPL, the La Ligas, I'm expecting a win. I'm expecting a strike from Semenyo in partnership with Inaki, with the support from the midfield from Kudus, I think it is better. When we have a support from the defense to the midfield to the striking place, I know we can be scoring more goals.
3-2-1 and answer 2-0 there. Na me encourage boys no mo encourage omo ho na omo ntimi omo kukudinde mo mo man. Yeah, say football there na boys be be entertain omo ho Ghana. As say football ni ho obi antimi entertain. Ama first no na football no ama titiba from be say na omo peja na ama football no say no encourage boys ni bebre.
Yep, confidence all round. Not a single person thinks it would even be a draw. That shows you the enthusiasm and confidence out there on the street. So that's positive. And hopefully the boys can pick or can tap into that. Kickoff, as I said, we're creeping ever so closer to the top of the hour. And Kumasi is also heating up. So they're out there, warming up. And the weather, not too bad. The weather's not too bad. 4 o'clock kickoff. It's not, scorching hot. Temperatures are not that high. So it should be good for the players who have come all over Europe to play. And gradually, the stands are filling up. These are live shots from the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I know you want to see more of the action, and we'll certainly be bringing you all that matters from Baba Yara. Very shortly, we'll be joining the feed for commentary. Nana Dakwa Jesse and also Josiah Okokwe, the Angolans. Looking at the pitch, maybe not too worried about earlier fears. Their coach, Conchal, did say that he was not happy about the pitch, but we've not heard anything since then. So hopefully that has been put to one side and we'll start playing football like it.
Yeah, definitely. You look at the pitch. It's not the worst pitch I've seen. It's good in my eyes. It looks crisp. It looks green. What we saw earlier and then what we are seeing now, I think the NSA have done a great job on this pitch to get it to this level. And if we can maintain this, then that tells you that we can get our pitches to be at the right distance that we look out for to play football on them. And if you look at the attention, now the pitch issues will not come on. It's about less than 40 minutes to kick off. It has to be the business on the pitch. The players got to man up, step up onto the pitch and deliver. That and the paycheck. That is what they have been paid for. And they know that they got to start well right here in Kumasi, in Ghana. Because in the opening game, definitely it's Ghana, Angola, Sudan and Niger. Based on pedigree, you want to look at in the last 20 years, teams that have gone to the AFCON to do better. It's got to be Ghana, it's got to be Angola. So it's like a 6-pointer. The one that will win both home and away, with all due respect to Niger and Sudan, should stand a better chance of topping this group. And Ghana knows very well that going to Luanda will be extremely difficult for them to go and beat Angola there. Based on our past permutations, they've got to beat them and beat them handsomely to be able to send out a marker to the rest of the teams in the group right from the beginning in Kumasi.
Yeah, mind you, the match is an AFCON qualifier, but Otoado would also be looking at, okay, this is how we're going to proceed with the AFCON qualifiers. When we come back and we head into the World Cup qualifiers in 2025 as well, he would have to look at how he's going to manage his players and the kind of opponents he's going to be facing in these matches. So this match is not just a qualification match, it's also looking at preparing the team for the long term, and a lot of quality young players who need time, and you don't have much time in a qualifier. The breathing space is literally non-existent, so you have to perform and you have little time to do that. It's going to be a cracker, no doubt. And you can see sometimes from the expression on players, facial expression, you can tell how much they really are into the game before kickoff.
Yeah, definitely. If you look, these are the simple things that prepare players going into the game properly. They put you through your paces and you've got to switch on. This is where you soak in the atmosphere in the stadium. You have an idea of what you're about to expect, especially for the away team. And if you look at the Angolans, you can tell how calm they are going through their paces there, the warm-up session.
I can't tell.
They've played here before.
Yeah.
They know how hostile the atmosphere can be. Yeah. Some of them, this might be their first time because every country keeps chopping and changing their call-ups. But majority of about 60% of them have been here the last time.
One thing you hear from teams or players after they play in Kumasi is that they feel frustrated because the atmosphere, sometimes they try to block it out.
Yeah, they get rattled by what.
Yeah, so they may look calm, but the energy is there. there's a thing about energy, and you can't see it, but you can feel it. So what they're feeling, you and I here, we can't tell, but definitely they shouldn't be calm. If they're calm, we should be a little bit worried. The Angolans should not be calm. They should be unsettled before kickoff.
Well, yeah, until the game starts. You know, when the game starts, we can make all the noise in the stand, but it's going to be 11v11 on the pitch. Whoever switches on their A game on board, put their foot on the ground, play their best football, will stand the chance of winning the game on the day. They know very well that against the Black Stars, they will always come as a second fiddle. But so far as it is 0-0 before kickoff, they have their destiny into their own hands. It's the approach. And like the way Coach Pedro spoke yesterday, he said the strength of the Ghana team basically is in the attacking positions, where he made mention of Inaki Williams, he made mention of Thomas Partey, he made mention of Mohamed Kudus, and he made mention of Jordan Ayew. By far, in reality, those are our best players now. And that tells you that the opposition coach knows our team inside out.
Just as Otto Addo does.
Just as Otto Addo
I was very impressed with Otto Addo, who just mentioned the players and their clubs and their recent form. They've done their homework. There's no doubt about it.
Definitely, because of the data. The FIFA data is there, and in terms of monitoring data is there for you to be able to scout your players and know exactly who to be able to map out. A player like Gelson Dala, a player like Christopher Mabululu, they are household names. You've got to scout them and know their strengths and weaknesses, and you have to be able to stifle them.
Yeah, the name that commentators love to mention because it slips off their tongue, and when he scores, it makes it easier for them. Mabululu, it sounds like a herbal drink, but there he is. But if we can, put a hold on him, he's not the only danger man. That's the problem. You shouldn't just think this is the man. This is the name that everybody knows, but he's not the only danger man. Very deadly in the air as well. So they've got to keep an eye on all the other players.
He's a player that gives the Angolan team multiple attacking options. He's good with his feet. He can heckle you in the air. He has area presence. He can hold the ball up. They look up to him for the main outlet. And in terms of his finishing, he's one of the finest finishers on the local or on the African continent. Like you rightly said, he is not the only player that can cause problems. Gelson Dala is a package in itself. He's trickery, he's slippery, he can cause problems. With the ball at his feet, he can cause problems to any defensive unit. And the Black Stars, the defensive unit, needs to keep an eye on him. People will talk about Mabululu because he gets the goals. But the one that causes the problem most is Gelson Dala.
They would also be worried about our players who were on the screen just a while ago warming up the Black Stars. We'll see that clip in a bit again. They would also be worried about our players, including Jordan Ayew, who's been probably the most consistent over the past few matches. But Anthony Barfoot's also been talking. Let's hear from him, Anthony Barfoot. Prior to this game, he spoke to Mutala Yakubu.
To be able to, consider pressure, to live with pressure. It is what it is. There are good teams in the group, but at the end of the day, we Ghana, we have to do everything to win against our opponents and qualify to the AFCON. That's the most important thing. Kwesi Appiah, of course, he's an intelligent guy. He is now also a very experienced coach, and winning 1-0 is not bad. Mali has a new coach with Tom Seinfeld. They will get another motivation as well, but we won there and they have to come here. But now we have to focus on Angola and then also on Niger in Berkane. So I'm confident that we come out with 3 points.
This is a different generation. But looking at these Black Stars under Otto Addo, how would you rate them?
First of all, I must say we won the last 2 matches, which was very important. And we mostly made the difference in the second half times. So now we have to be alert from the whistle on, and you see we have been conceding goals as well, but we always scored 1 goal more. So it's very important to be compact, of course in the defense and also in midfield. Angola is a dangerous team with some terrific wingers, and you remember when we played them before, it was not easy, but I have confidence in this young team. And I'm also counting on the experience of Jordan, Thomas Partey, etc. to give us the final kick.
Now, the last time we played Angola, it was under Chris Hilton. Today, it's under Otto Addo. Does it change the dynamics of the game?
We have to win. We have to get our 3 points. We are playing here in Kumasi, where we love playing, and I think we have to be tactically well orientated. We have to really follow what the coach is saying, but also amongst the team, the synergies, the cohesion must be there. I can feel a very good atmosphere within the team, and I'm very, very confident that we're going to win, but it's not going to be easy.
Now, one of the things that every coach will love is his players coming in with a good form. Jordan Ayew is doing it big with Leicester City after leaving Crystal Palace. Antoine Semenyo is having a good season already. Fatai Isahaku is having a wonderful time with Leicester. How does these forms combine to make the Black Stars strong?
No, it's very important that you have players who are in shape, who can contribute. Jordan, I call him his experience. Cool, calm, and collected. Jordan knows what he's doing. He has played over 200 games in the Premier League. He has played over 100 games here with Ghana. He's definitely a very, very experienced guy. But I'm also very happy with Isahaku, who has been really progressing. Like you said, Anton Semenyo, he has really impressed me with his debut in the Premier League. But we have other players too. We expect a lot from Thomas Partey, Majida Smeru, etc. Iñaki is back, and you can see how he shines in Bilbao, and I hope that he can transmit the same here on this pitch here at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. Kumasi fans are just extraordinary. I played my first match here on the 13th January 1991, and this stadium was totally different. Kumasi fans are just superb, and I know they will come in numbers. They should come in numbers. They should support the team also when it's not going well in the first 20 or 30 minutes or in the middle of the game. I really want the Kumasi supporters to stay fully behind the team. And I know
13th January 1991, Anthony Barr for Ghana versus Benin. Remember that historic game where he carried the flag aloft, ran around the stadium where the Germans were kind of looking at Anthony Barr and he said, now I'm going to play for my motherland, Ghana, and he did so well for the Black Stars. We're still waiting for the official lineup to come out, and then we'll share it with you, but we're less than 30 minutes to kick off. And it's one of those gamemanship. I'm seeing the messages. Some of them I cannot read. But those of you who are watching will definitely make sure that it will get your messages through. Hopefully after the game as well, we'll activate the phone line so you can tell us what's on your mind. Kickoff is just around the corner. Ghana versus Angola. And then a trek to Niger, where they take on Niger as well next Monday. And Sudan will be traveling to Luanda, where they take on Angola. So far, so good. The stadium looks like it will be packed once or just before kickoff.
Yeah, definitely to be a sellout. No doubt about that. Kumasi fans will always turn up. And if you listen to what the Black Stars icons spoke about, he said he has played at this particular venue. He had a vivid memory of his very first game, how the supporters stood behind the team and supported them, and he trusts that they will turn up to give the maximum support to the Black. And he said one thing: when things are going tough in the middle of the game, they should still stand behind the team and support the team. That's the most important thing. And that's one thing that Kumasi fans will always give to this team. They've always supported the team wholeheartedly. That is how come the Black Stars themselves love to play in front of them in Kumasi. And this afternoon will not be a different thing. It's all about the players turning up to entertain them most with goals. Against Central African Republic, yes, it ended 4-3. But as much as we score goals, as much as we should learn to close down our back line. Otuado loves to play expansive football, free-flowing attacking football, displayed at its maximum best. But as much as you love to entertain, as much as you should learn to be pragmatic, and you should learn to close your back line properly, because you might not have a cricket scoreline every day and end up winning the game. There might be days that you might not end up winning the game, and the Black Stars should take a caution from that game against Central African Republic. He spoke about Jordan Ayew. He said to him, Jordan comes in a cool, calm, collective manner. Yes, we know Jordan. He can play very well today and can play somehow tomorrow. But one thing I look up to him is I want to see Jordan continue his fine form for both club and country. He has been in fine goal scoring form. You look at Antoine Semenyo for Bournemouth this season. In his 3 matches, he has been brilliant for them. He has popped out. He has been one of the main outlets for goals. The problem with Antoine Semenyo with the Black Stars is they do carve out decent chances for him. In that game against Comoros away from home in the World Cup qualifier, he together with Inaki Williams had decent chances to score in that game, but they fluffed their line. They got to know that they have to be clinical. In African football, you don't carve out much more decent chances at premium. So the few ones that will come to them, they should be able to stand their foot on the ground and to be able to bury the chances that will come their way.
Some live shots coming in from the Babayara Sports Stadium, and if anything, it's calm and a bit anxious before kickoff, and there'll be a lot of discussions before and at half-time. Hopefully the discussions will be about the goals the Black Stars have scored. She's trying to hide her face. You know, we're going to see a lot of beautiful shots, and no doubt about it, with a red, gold, green, which would follow the flag waving when the Black Stars score. But my little concern, if there should be, is that the expectations are so high. Literally everybody's expecting a big win. Is that realistic?
Yeah, it will not be a big win. Definitely, it will not be a big win.
Why not? Why
it will be a close score.
All our players. If someone was saying to you, all your players are in fine form, in the best league in the world, they're coming to play against Angola. We know a couple of their players. You should feel confident that they should brush Angola to one side.
This is football, and football it doesn't follow that logic. In 2006, we went to the World Cup, our maiden edition. Czech Republic were ranked the second highest team on the FIFA ranking. Ghana basically beat them by 2-0. America was ranked highest. We got them in the last group game. We beat them. So it doesn't follow that pattern. In the World Cup in 2010, we basically beat teams that we were not supposed to beat. We beat Serbia in the group stages. Germany struggled to beat us, but we gave them problems. At the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, Germany won the tournament, but we played out an entertaining 2-2 draw with them. So in terms of the permutations of the caliber of players you put on paper, it has to transmit onto the pitch when the game's kicked off. And that is what the Black Stars need to know. You have Kudus, they have Gelson Dala, they have Mablulu. You also have a certain Inaki Williams who plays for Athletic Bilbao. They have Freddie Kalembe, who the last time they played us there caused us problems. We have Thomas Partey. You understand? They have Gaspar, who plays for Lecce and plays as a centre-back for them. And if you look at the pictures, the shots, you can tell. The Ghanaian culture is colourful. So that one, you can't take it away from the fans.
This is what they will call Black Stars tertiary, because I can see some, the porcupine emblem, but this is Black Stars. So you're from Black Stars tertiary, not the porcupine tertiary. But all the same, look, they're supporting Ghana, which is the most important thing. And hopefully their voice would add to the vibe and the atmosphere in the stadium. Good shots.
Yeah, the energy they bring in terms of the way they coordinate, the way they support. And if you look at the shot here, the live feed from the Kumasi Sports Stadium, you can tell it's building momentum. It's gradually getting there. About 21 minutes to kick off. So that tells you that it's basically building up. The momentum is building up, and you can tell the shots there. It's set out to be an explosive carnival right here yet again in the Garden City of Ghana.
Yep. And Ghana versus Angola, 2025 AFCON qualifier, Babayara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. And hopefully between now and the next game in October, the upgrades that CAF have asked the Ghanaian authorities to make sure are put in place will be done. So that will not even be a matter for discussion. We'll be focusing solely on the two teams and what they're bringing. Well, we're looking forward to what will be an exciting game. There's no doubt about it. Unpredictable, yeah, maybe, but very predictable in the fact that we're going to get good energy. And all these players have just started the new season in their respective clubs in Europe. So they also bring in with them fresh legs. All right, kickoff is in 20 minutes time. Let's go for another quick break. We'll be back in just a jiffy.
The camera, Guys, can we get 500 likes? The likes are not really flowing. The likes are not really flowing. The likes are not really flowing. Yes, living in Ghana or GH, right? I'll try my best. But as I said, Max TV will be streaming, GTV will also be streaming, and I think maybe GTV Sports Plus, kind of, yeah, probably. So the Angolans are going in. Line up, Neil. Line up, Okay, if you are in USA, okay, so the players are returning and they will be back very soon for the game to begin. Yes, so you can see them here. Watching from Germany, I've seen you, Owusu from Germany. Thank you, Owusu. Manucho, thank you, Manucho. I'm a big fan. Okay, Owusu, I'm of Bismarck. Thank you, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Last Star Squad is really super, yes. I think it's quite good. So guys, the players have returned to the dressing room and they will be back very soon. If you are in USA and when the game begins, then I get to know GTV is streaming it. I will let you quickly. Then you can just stream it on YouTube as well. So stick and stay with me. I've seen your comments. Watching from Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan. Okay, thank you. Samuel Wings, I've seen your comments. Don't worry, I'm here. Samuel Wings, don't worry, I'm here for you. So, atmosphere checked. As I said, the stadium will be full. Don't worry, today is working day. So, Thursday, you expect that some will be closing from work around, that's 3 p.m., 4 p.m. thereabout. But as I said, even first half, the stadium is not full, just like the last game we played here. By second half, don't worry, they will be here. They will be here. They will be here. Okay. They will be here probably before even the second half will begin. You will see that the stadium will be full. You just mark my words because I've been here and I really I've seen what actually happens here. Yes. Stephen Love, I also appreciate a lot. Thank you. DSTV, I don't know whether DSTV will be showing it live. I don't know. I support Ghana from Nigeria just for kudos, but Tochidan, thank you. We appreciate you. Where are you in Nigeria? So that I'll give you a shout out. Are you in Ibadan? Are you in Igbo State? Are you in Lagos? Where are you? Okay, Max TV will also be streaming. Okay. Lena is watching from USA. Thank you. Code tea and bread in Sunamu. Hey, I don't get it. And so, okay. I have seen. I now understand it. Coke, tea, and bread in Sunamu. Yes, they are all here, so you can see. I feel like I should get one, but I'm talking, so I can't eat now unless I'm done with everything. Unless I'm done with highlights, everything before I can eat. The whole day I'm here to eat.
Ghanaians love their football, they love the Black Stars. But this is a national team which is on the rebound from a very disappointing performance at the Cup of Nations just across the border in Ivory Coast at the beginning of this year when they failed to make priority. Now as we sample the atmosphere here, we will bring you the starting lineups for this one very shortly on a busy day around Africa in AFCON qualifying. This peek inside the Ghana dressing room here in Kumasi. Thomas Park. And the Ghana players arriving a short while ago. It is a new era for this team off the back of their AFCON dismount. Then again, there are some familiar older faces. Jordan Ayew is here for Otto Addo's team, and Angola, the visitors this afternoon in Kumasi. The Palancas Negras, who, unlike their hosts today, enjoyed an excellent AFCON at the beginning of this year, making it to the quarter-finals. And they're back in West Africa today for this one. That Group F also contains Sudan and Niger, and Sudan beat Niger by a goal to nil yesterday in a game played on neutral territory in Juba in South Sudan because of the ongoing conflict in Sudan itself. 1-0 win for the Sudanese. These two teams must be fancied to make it through to the finals. Qualifying schedule. It's going to be over and done with fairly quickly. We have a double header today and over the next few days, then a double header in October and another one in November. And the top two teams in each group will make it through to the finals in Morocco. The Moroccans, Africa's top-ranked nation these days, have already qualified, of course, automatically as the hosts. Ghana, Angola, and the rest looking to join them. A good crowd, nonetheless. And temperatures here this afternoon, well, reaching 30 degrees. Largely cloudy, the sun breaking through. And it's fairly humid, not as humid as it can get at other times of the year perhaps, but testing conditions nonetheless, particularly of course for the players, many of the players who've arrived from Europe, used to playing in different conditions. Ghana flag and the Angola flag coming out. We're just enjoying the atmosphere here in Kumasi as we wait for the teams to emerge onto the field. We'll have the national anthems ahead of kick-off as the road to Morocco 2025 begins. Welcome once again to the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi in Ghana. Match day 1 in Group F in the qualifying campaign for the next Africa Cup of Nations. And today we have the chance to take a look at the 4-time continental champions, the Black Stars of Ghana, with a stiff test to begin with in this group at home to Angola. And we'll now have the national anthems, beginning with the national anthem of the visitors, Angola, which we can just about hear above the din of the crowd inside the stadium. That was the national anthem of Angola, and now time for the national anthem of Ghana. And the traditional handshakes before kick-off. And we will take you through the starting lineups. The Ghana team full of some very familiar names, host of players plying their trade with some of the biggest clubs in the biggest leagues on the European continent. And a chance for the home fans here in Kumasi to see the likes of Thomas Partey of Arsenal and Jordan Ayew in action for their country today. And this is the Ghana starting lineup. The Arsenal midfielder Partey captaining the team. I can tell you that we don't expect them to line up quite like that. Jordan Ayew of Leicester City in the attack, and Mohamed Kudus of West Ham United, another one to look out for. The Angolan team, some of the stars of their AFCON campaign. Gelson Dala among them. He scored 4 goals at the tournament in Ivory Coast. The captain, Freddy Ribeiro, there with his opposite number, Thomas Partey. The officials today from Rwanda. Such anticipation here inside the stadium. I think a little player as well, led by Moronzati Ziggy, the goalkeeper. Neblu, his opposite number in the Angola goal, one of the stars of the team that had that fine campaign at the AFCON at the beginning of this year. gets underway then in Kumasi this afternoon. The start of the road to the next Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco is underway. Ghana and Angola, the two favourites in Group F. Both of them looking to get off to a positive start. Certainly Ghana aiming to stamp their authority on this section with home advantage here today. And with Jordan Ayew, by the way, in tremendous form of late. He's not been able to stop scoring goals for Ghana ever since the tail end of that ill-fated AFCON campaign. The matches since, with Otto Addo returning to the job as coach for a second spell. Jordan Ayew has led by example. Thomas Partey skipping inside. Jordan Ayew giving it to Mohamed Kudus. Ball out to the left flank. It comes to Alidou Seydou, tries to float it into the penalty box. Six members of the Ghana lineup today, based in the English Premier League. Partey, Kudus and Jordan Ayew among them. We also have Tarek Lamptey, the Brighton and Hove Albion fullback. Abdul Fattah Issahaku, you saw there, the number 7, the Leicester City player, club colleague of Jordan Ayew's, and also Antoine Semenyo at Bournemouth. I think it might be slightly challenging for a lot of these players today because the playing surface here in Kumasi is probably not what they're used to. Very uneven, very bobbly. I think particularly tricky for these two sets of players today. As that ball comes back to Lawrence Atizigi in goal. Indicative that only 4 members of today's starting lineup actually started Ghana's last game at the AFCON. That disastrous draw against Mozambique when they conceded twice in injury time, and their failure to hold on for the victory cost them a place in the knockout phase. There's been a turnover of players since then. Of course, there are a number of players who were in the squad who've been promoted to the starting lineup. Abdul Mumin plays the long diagonal and the offside flag comes up. Very tight call. Maybe that Bastos, the Angola number 15, was playing him on. Certainly from an Angola perspective, a draw today would be a very good result to start things off. And a reminder that this qualifying campaign will be over and done with pretty quickly. Angola due to play Sudan at home in 4 days' time. Ghana will be in action against Niger in a match which is an away game, but it's been played in Morocco in Berkane, home of Renaissance Berkane. Qualifiers will be done and dusted by mid-November. This is Freddie Ribeiro playing the ball into that right-hand channel for Randy Nteka to run onto. He keeps it in play. Loses out in the challenge. Picked up by Thomas Partey. And now then, Jordan Ayew gets a favourable bounce on the ball. Look at the run being made through the middle by Mohamed Kudus. And the pass just wouldn't quite match up with the run of Kudus. And it's Shaw who was really rapid getting back to make the interception. Crucial piece of defending from the Angola midfielder. Jordan Ayew looking to play the ball through. Corner kick's been taken quickly. Kudus might just fall for the shot here. And the effort drifts just wide. Well then, bright start to the game from Ghana. The clearance by Kialunda Gaspar came out for the attempt on goal, which comes to nothing. Antoine Semenyo of Bournemouth is the number 11. AFCON Q 2025 is the hashtag, remember, across all social media channels to keep across all the action. Tarek Lamptey taking the throw, plays for Brighton and Hove Albion these days in English Premier League, having a terrific start to the season. Previously at Chelsea, never really got his chance at the London club. Tarek Lamptey playing as the right back. It does look like Alidou Seydou is playing as the left back today. Thomas Partey and Elisha Owusu anchoring the midfield. Abdul Mumin returning it to Atizigi. Falls for Kudus. Lamptey and Isaku running into each other. Mohamed Salisu, really imposing presence in the Ghanaian defence. Mentioned that there is a strong English Premier League contingent in this Ghana team. There are others who have played in England in the past, now play elsewhere. Salisu was at Southampton, now with Monaco. Here he is again. Lifted forward by Abdul Mumin. It will run all the way through to Neblu in goal. Neblu, one of the home-based players in the Angola squad. There is a pretty strong league domestically. Angola's top clubs have regularly gone far in CAF competitions in recent times. Petro de Luanda, the reigning champions. Nuria Fortuna looking to come away with the ball, wins the free kick up against Abdul Fatawu Isahaku. David Carmo. David Carmo, who was born in Portugal, representing the Angolan national team. A recent addition to the Angolan squad, coming in since the AFCON, and certainly strengthening that squad as the tip comes in from Gelson Dalla, who holds his hand up apologetically to his teammates around him, because that was a wild swipe at the ball from the player who scored 4 goals at the AFCON. 2 of them in a 3-2 win against Mauritania in the group stage, 2 more in a 3-0 defeat of Namibia in the last 16. Historic victory, because it saw them win a knockout tie and took them through to the quarterfinals, matching their previous best effort at the AFCON, except their previous runs to the quarterfinals came in 16-team competitions. They didn't actually manage to win a knockout tie on those occasions. Cho will take the free kick here. Bastos to the right-hand side. This is Freddy Ribeiro and his experience in this Angola team. Really have to be considered underachievers on the international stage in Africa, given the potential resources there. Population-wise, certainly have the possibilities. Country of 38 million people. And of course they love their football. Does Ghana come forward again? Now will that be a corner? I think it will. Second of the afternoon for the Black Stars. Chance to test Neblu in goal. Jordan Ayew waiting in the middle. Swinging delivery. Away by Freddy Ribeiro. The referee looking across to the near side. The offside flag is up. With Kudus, ex-Ajax player, now with West Ham United in the English Premier League. Certainly a wonderful talent. Played at the AFCON at the beginning of this year. Played too in the Ghana team that appeared at the last World Cup in Qatar at the end of 2022, when they did manage one victory against South Korea, but that came in between defeats against Portugal and Uruguay, and they were eliminated in the group stage. Now then, the assistant referee's given the throw Angola's way. The Ghana fans are not too impressed at that decision. Looked like it did come off Alidou Seydou last. Angola in possession again. Comes back to David Carmo. Nuria Fortuna playing on that left-hand side as a wing-back. It's a challenge on Gelson Dalla that is penalised. Real live wire, the Angola number 10. Freddy flighting it forward, looking for Nuria Fortuna. Gelson Dalla. These two will link up a lot on this near side. And Gelson Dalla has won the free kick. Challenged by Tarek Lamptey. The visitors get an early goal here. That would certainly dampen the spirits of the Ghana fans in this raucous crowd in Kumasi. Freddy Ribeiro swinging it in, the curling ball running through to Lauren Sati-Zigi. Now then, Mabululu getting a telling off from the referee for doing his best to put off the Ghanaian goalkeeper, getting a bit too close for comfort. Thomas Partey having words with the match official as well, Lauren Sati-Zigi, who plays his club football in Switzerland with St. Gallen. This is Mohamed Salisu alongside Abdul Mumin in central defence. Forward by Tarek Lamptey. Covering is Owusu. Isahaku. Picked up by Antoine Semenyo. Playing on the left-hand side of the attack at the beginning of this game. So good ball through for Jordan Ayew. working that line up front. Trying to move from one centre-back to the next, and Kudus. Hamid Kudus into the middle, away by Carmo. Touched on by Mabululu, maybe a chance here for Angola to break. Gelson Dalla turns it to David Carmo again. Carmo once more, currently with Olympiacos, Greek giants. Picked up Alidou Seydou. This is Thomas Partey. Semenyo looking to burst forward to some closer support, but it's good running from Semenyo. The challenge coming in from Bastos. The free kick given just outside the penalty box. Again, it's Semenyo causing problems. Randy Nteka committing the foul. Chance maybe this time to work Nemblu. They've had a bright start to the game, the Ghanaians. Still looking for the breakthrough goal here in Group F. But we saw Sudan get their campaign off to a winning start yesterday. But on current form, it would be a surprise if it was not these two teams who make it through from this group to the finals. Jordan Ayew standing over the free kick, the veteran forward. More than 100 caps for his country. 7 white shirts in the penalty box waiting for the ball to come in. Jordan Ayew trying to play to Kudus on the edge of the box, and that pass was easily read. Turns all the way to Lawrence Atizigi in goal. Now then, pitch invader on the field. That's hooked up the crowd again. Just holding up the action briefly. Fighting forward by Carmo. Scrap for possession, won by Salisu. Partey. And you wait for Seydou to make the run ahead of him. Sets off on the run. Challenged by Clinton Mata. Sundala is the danger man. Bastos. Real scrap between Abdul Mumin and Mabululu. Cross looking for Gelson Dalla. Kept in play by Nuria Fortuna. Still has it. And they're playing pretty close together on that left-hand side. Gelson Dalla and Nuria Fortuna. Angola will look to find their number 10 as much as possible. Kudus playing the slightly dangerous ball across the edge of his own penalty box. collected by Ali Dusaidu. Antoine Semenyo, Ghana 0, Angola 0, 20 minutes in here in Kumasi. Kudus. Play on, says the referee. Abdul Fattah Isahaku challenged on the edge of the box by Freddie Ribeiro. And now Angola can break again. Randy Nteka. Mabululu was outside him. The challenge on Randy Nteka is a late one. That was the tackle from Mohamed Salisu. That's what has been penalised. William Fortuna. It's a decent ball into the penalty box, aimed at Mabululu. Picked up by Clinton Mata. Freddie Ribeiro in. And away by Semenyo, back helping out defensively. Fortuna again. David Carmo. Certainly Pedro Gonçalves, the Portuguese coach of Angola, has done a good job persuading a number of these players to come and join the team. The performances at the AFCON earlier this year playing its part, to think, in helping these players realise that they can really help Angola progress. Clinton Mata playing for Olympique Lyonnais in France these days, a perfect example. A player who was out of the picture at international level for a very long time. Now he's come back in again. A player who was born in Belgium. And in the case of Clinton Mata, at the age of 31, returning to international duty after 8 years away. Played in the World Cup qualifying matches in June. Reminder that this AFCON qualifying campaign is coming right in the middle of the qualifying campaign for the 2026 World Cup in North America, which is an expanded competition, of course, and that means more places available to African national teams. And these two countries are obviously hoping to get to the World Cup. For now, that ambition has been parked to one side as they focus on the AFCON. And here they come again. Semenyo still going, driving forward. Jordan Ayew behind Antoine Semenyo. And it will come to Clinton Mata. Well, Jordan Ayew is in brilliant form. He might be criticised often back in England for not scoring many goals. Previously at Crystal Palace, now with Leicester, but hasn't been able to stop scoring for his country in 2024. Ghana fans turning out in terrific numbers today, past the midway point in the first half here in Kumasi. Ghana's second city, and the venue, one of the main venues at the 2008 AFCON here. This was where Egypt hammered Ivory Coast 4-1 in the semi-finals, when Ghana then beat the Ivorians in the third place playoff. Angola were involved in that tournament. They went out in the quarter-finals in this stadium against the Egyptians, who at that point in time were, of course, dominating African international football. Trying to chest it down for Kudus. Really difficult to get the ball under control on this playing surface. Freddie Ribeiro all bobbling up in front of him. Challenge coming in from Clinton Mata. I think a final warning for the Lyon player, for the referee, for holding off Alidou Seydou. Two players based at club level in France. Clinton Mata, formerly at Club Brugge, the leading Belgian side, now with Olympique Lyonnais. Alidou Seydou is requiring some treatment here. The match has been played today, either at the moment or later on. Tunisia will be in action in Group A against Madagascar. Algeria up tonight against Equatorial Guinea, one of the most improved national teams on the continent over the last decade or so. Already seen one game completed early with Burundi winning 3-2 away to Malawi, grabbing a late winning goal in that one. Alidou Seydou waits to get the green light to come back on. The action is underway again. Ghana temporarily down to 10 men. Now Alidou Seydou is back on the pitch. It's his challenge which stopped Freddie Ribeiro. Show coming it back to the edge of the penalty box, and Randy Nteka unable to keep that down. Once again the ball bobbling up incredibly awkwardly just at the crucial moment. Really difficult to keep it under control in these conditions. And Randy Nteka, another one who is part of this squad now. Born in Paris, plays for Rayo Vallecano in La Liga in Spain. On his first cap in June in the World Cup qualifiers a few months ago. Abdul Fattah Issahaku playing it out towards Semenyo on the left. It runs through to Neblu in goal. As for those World Cup qualifiers for Angola, they've had a decent start. Unbeaten, they beat Eswatini 1-0 at home in June. That was followed by a 1-1 draw at home against Cameroon. They've drawn their first two matches at the tail end of last year. Away to Cape Verde and in Mauritius. Admittedly, they've dropped a few important points, but they are unbeaten, they are in contention. And just 2 points behind Cameroon's indomitable Lions, with plenty of road still to travel down.
The aroma, effervescence, and what have you of Abidjan, just one of the centres that brought us Ivory Coast 2023. What a tournament that was. Some are calling it one of the best for obvious reasons. Host and win is always very special. The Ivorians will be hoping that in Morocco they can defend their title. Not just them, the Black Star of Ghana would hope that after years, decades of droughts, they would also be able to recapture the glory days that made them, you know, the glittering stars of Africa. Then there's a team called ANGOLA. The Black Antelopes, Palancas Negras, they also have ambitions. After they went pretty close in Abidjan or in Ivory Coast, they did their best, and they reckon the team is on the ascendancy, and even the Black Star should not be able to stand in their way. This time around, they're on a vengeance. Remember, the last encounter ended goalless in Luanda. Prior to that, it was a 1-0 victory thanks to Antoine Semenyo in Kumasi. Let's just have this little recap just to tell us exactly why